Yeah, we see the poverty, you know what I'm saying, Law Center and the Anti Defamation League. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what y'all are really doing for the poverty of black people that were pushed upon by bringing us here in the first place, and those that were already here. You know, you pushed them into the same boat and slavery and destroyed all their cities and different things. We don't even see the historical value of them even still standing in California, do we? You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Gavin Newsom crazy behind. You know what I'm saying? The collective find it reveal increase in years in hate crimes and efforts to change classroom curriculum, attempts to make voting more difficult, and extreme views being neutralized in politics. And in politics, the military and the law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, you know, the whole thing, we're not even going to go down the road with this foolishness because, you know what I'm saying, they have the answer to it. It seems like to me, it seems like they out there with Al Sharpton, crazy behind working for the feds, probably, you know what I'm saying, and them, you know what I'm saying, out there showboating and shit. You know, none of that is doing any good in any shape or form because it doesn't show any very well for black people at all in the first place because we ain't getting none of the shit that you were supposed to be out there fighting for. And anyone that seemed to have the strength and the power to do so and was getting to the point where their works were doing for the people and the people of the world, you snuff them out. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And then you throw these cronies that have black skin, you know what I'm saying, up there to sabotage and derail us into a whole bullshit go. Shut it up, quiet it down, direction. But we have to stop this now. You know what I'm saying? And black, we got to watch the black people even around us because many of them are in bed with these people. You know what I'm saying? With these people. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. We see another story coming in here where, you know what I'm saying, a man found dead, eaten by bed bugs in Atlanta jail. In Atlanta jails, lawyers say. In Atlanta, imagine that. They left the man body there till the bed bugs is eating the man alive. Imagine that. It's a damn shame. You know, it's a damn shame. You know, it's a damn shame. Bet you, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna even say that. But we see Creep Joe Biden all but admits we'll see even worse border chaos in May. Mm-hmm. Creep Joe Biden knows to tell us that after you said for them to have 100 days to get to the border, all on your campaign trail before you were president, you know what I'm saying? 100 days to get to the border and if you want to escape coyotes and cartels. And you now sitting up here telling us that the border is going to get worse because you never closed the border, you never secured the border. That goes for Canada as well, you know what I'm saying? And leaving all our doors and back doors open. You know what I'm saying? This clown is full of duty. And if you can't see that, then we're in trouble. Well, you and many of us are going to bear the scars for this. You know what I'm saying? For this. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. And we need to start to understand, what it is you're doing in this country as a person living in this country. You see what I'm saying? Living in this country and you have no protection as or protection or control over your borders, where you draw the borderline and you also secure, monitor, and make sure that you look at everything. Now, if you draw that border, such as you, to me, you unjustly did that as well, but you're letting all these people through, and then you're saying it's going to get worse and this and that and the third. So you know for what you're doing, you're sending all the people over here. It's as simple as that. It's simple as that. So now we can expect a whole lot of different attitudes, racism, garbageism, shit, that bullshit that's already here in this country. and been here long before the border crisis. So if you blaming the troubles on just them, then you are just stupid as a black person to see that you are not looking at this from a brighter perspective and the actual what can happen to you in your own community based on the garbage in which you are talking. Because many of these people ends up where? In black communities. And before you know it, it becomes a war, a disagreement because y'all can't seem to get along, shooting, killing, and next thing you know, a war zone, and then black people get pushed out because y'all don't stick together no way. You talk that on hip hop music and teach the kids that bullshit, but at the same time, are you there when they commit these shit that you telling them to do that you do so they can follow you as a hero and then say, oh no, I'm just an entertainer, and then it scares out and they go do the bullshit and then they in jail. You know what I'm saying? Where's the gang that gonna help them? Where's the bill money? Where's the commissary money? Where's all this other stuff? Where's there when the lawyers need to be paid? When they're gonna get public assistance? You know what I'm saying? A PA. You're not there at all for none of that when you put these kids up, even when these gang members do the shit they do, and so on and so on, instead of coming to an understanding and let's have a meeting and let's sit down and talk about this. You know what I'm saying? You're busy sitting up there, you know, and these kids are going out and doing this stuff, and when they do it, where's the lawyers? Where's the PA? You know, they got a PA, you know what I'm saying? And all this, and support in jail, and look out for, and all of that old stuff. We don't see none of that, do we? We don't see none of that, do we? You know what I'm saying? We don't see none of that in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? We don't see that. We see just you left alone in the zone, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I mean? That's all we see. You know what I'm saying? For him to sit here and say Biden, creepy Joe Biden, all but admits we'll see even worse border chaos in May. You know what I'm saying? But the creep Joe Biden vows that, you know what I'm saying? And he's using them to put the pressure on us, and you're not seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And you need to see that, because if you talk about, say, the first thing you want to do when shit arises is many of these people want to jump up out of nowhere and they want to claim this is their country and this was this and this and that, but you took it from the black man. So that's number one. So get that bullshit out of there. You came over here and suppressed the black man, even brought slaves over here from West Africa and Egypt to deplete the land so you could take over there as well. You know what I'm saying? So you did a lot of garbage and then use a spiritual garbage piece of religion or Bible or whatever to demonize black people even more in your book that you wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to say in Rastafari years ago, man wrote the book. And if whoever wrote the book controlled the narrative, then what you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Then you put these so-called political leaders out there who's supposed to be helping us advance and move up. And their only interest is their own pockets and themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not interested in the masses. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm concerned with the masses of regular people and the masses who don't have really nothing to do other than sit here and wait for the big boom. But you got to come off your ass and get off that seat. You know what I'm saying? And you got to run these beasts clean out of our government and bring new government. You know what I'm saying? Because the government is the one orchestrating and allowing these different extremist groups also to flourish in our country. You know what I'm saying? We know freedom of speech, we know freedom of this, but not freedom of violence against each other, or violence against black people, or violence against Muslims, or violence against Jews, or violence against Indians. That should not be promoted in this country at all. So who the hell is sitting up there in government allowing this to even flourish in its first place? Because we know who all was involved in the transatlantic slave trades and different shits and many historical facts that these groups have even participated and done in and caused catastrophe across the planet, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the United States, that has to come to full circle, because all the people who have in peace and safety must want to see a sudden destruction. Because you keep voting in these same beasts who's doing the same garbage all the time, and then backing them up and being allowed, like people like Soros, to pay people to go out on the streets and try to push the narrative to cheat the election as well. It ain't just, the ballot boxes and all that bullshit and all it. This has to do with the stealing of the people's minds as well. into this garbage. You see, especially black people when it comes to many things. And they have to start to realize that you must not wake up. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where Creep Joe Biden vows on May 11th, he ends the use of Title 42, the turn away of migrants. You see what I'm saying? Yet, he has no plans, no plans to deal with the flood of newcomers. No plan as a president and chief of command in the city. He has no plans to deal with this. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yet has no plans to deal with the flood of migrants coming into the country. Imagine that. Your so-called greatest president of all times. You know what I'm saying? He has no plans at all to deal with this situation. But he is the president and the chief and commander of the newcomers. That the newcomers, the move will unleash with as many as 40,000 now already massed on the Mexican side, alarming officials. And last week, he all but admitted it because he caused it. Everybody knows that the Demon Democrats did this work up, going back to Obama days. You see what I'm saying? Saying that Obama did something. Obama didn't do nothing but allow you to bring your children to that border so he could put the children in a bad light based on abuse, all kinds of different shit at that border down there. Even probably put them in dog cages, took pictures, and then when he jumped out of office and Trump jumped in because he knew that was going to happen, they blamed man on Trump. This is what they did. But in the meantime, while Trump was campaigning, he was busy saying that, if you're escaping coyotes and cartels, him and Kamala Harris, not KSL, if you're escaping coyotes and cartels, you're right, because this is the chaos in which the demon Democrat people like Obama and them and Biden and the rest of them cause on our country, and then put it in a political way that people seem to have compassion, but not looking at the damaging, aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? But on Monday, Joe Biden signs a bill ending the national COVID emergency after you done do all the garbage that we did. Yet, a similar public health emergency declaration that allows border agents to bar migrants under Title 42 will remain in effect until the next month. Imagine that. Team Creepy Ass Biden say, Creepy Ass Biden say it needs more time to get policies in place before ending Title 42. Well, let's see what policies those may be. But you want to turn away Trump's Title 42. You know what I'm saying? The administration, supporters, and orderly, predictables, the administration's supports and orderly, predictable wind down of Title 42 with sufficient time to put alternatives policy in place and office management and budget statement, Monday said. But by the time he did that, 5 billion people over there is going to already be here. So he stalled it. Because you see, what you don't understand is, in more ways than one, they're going to use these people to stay in power. I don't care what they say or what propaganda you want to say or misinformation or the garbage that you want to die. You see.